Most people think cloves are just a cooking spice, something you add to rice or stew for flavor. But the moment one clove touches warm water, a 10-minute chemical reaction begins that antibacterial mouthwashes have spent decades trying to copy. And that same reaction then runs through your gut, your kidneys, your blood sugar, and your cells while you sleep. Here is the complete preparation, and I want you to know this before anything else. Place 1 whole clove, not ground, not oil, 1 whole dried clove into 1 cup of warm water. Let it steep for a minimum of 10 minutes or overnight for maximum potency, and drink it 30 to 60 minutes after dinner before bed. 1 clove, 1 cup, 10 minutes, and what happens next inside your body will genuinely surprise you. 10 minutes is not a random number, and understanding why changes everything about how you see this tiny spice. Cloves contain a phenolic compound called eugenol, which makes up approximately 70 to 90% of their essential oil. Eugenol is found in small amounts in cinnamon and basil, but cloves contain the highest concentration of any common spice on Earth. Eugenol is water-soluble and volatile, meaning it begins releasing from a whole clove into warm water almost immediately. Warm water accelerates this release, so by 10 minutes, the eugenol concentration in your cup is already therapeutically significant. And eugenol does not work through one mechanism, it works through 5 simultaneous biological pathways that affect your entire body overnight. Pathway 1, your mouth, and this is where the 10 minutes begins. While you sleep, the bacteria in your mouth never stop working. They break down food particles left between your teeth and on your tongue, producing acids that form plaque, tartar, and the sour biofilm you taste when you first wake up. That biofilm is the real engine behind morning breath, gum irritation, and that fuzzy, uncomfortable feeling, which is why brushing the next morning already feels too late. Here is what changes when eugenol enters your mouth. Eugenol is a natural COX2 inhibitor and direct antimicrobial agent. It physically disrupts the cell membrane of harmful oral bacteria, preventing them from reproducing. Specifically, it targets Streptococcus mutans, the primary bacteria responsible for tooth decay, and Porphyromonas gingivalis, the bacteria most strongly linked to gum disease and periodontitis. A published study found that a herbal mouthwash containing eugenol from cloves significantly reduced harmful dental bacteria counts, performing comparably to commercial chlorhexidine mouthwash. Commercial mouthwash companies have spent decades trying to replicate what 1 clove in warm water does naturally. But eugenol does something those commercial products cannot. It simultaneously signals your stomach to begin releasing digestive enzymes. Your mouth and stomach are connected through the cephalic phase of digestion. When your mouth senses aromatic compounds like eugenol, it sends neurological signals down to your digestive system to begin preparation. This means your body begins prepping for overnight repair mode before you even finish your first sip. Pathway to your gut, and digestion does not stop when the lights go out. Your gut still has hours of work ahead after dinner, breaking down food and moving waste through your intestinal tract. When that process slows, you end up with bloating, gas, and that heavy, sluggish morning feeling that ruins the start of your day. Eugenol from clove water addresses this through 3 specific gut mechanisms. Mechanism 1, eugenol has a powerful carminative effect. Carminative means it prevents gas from forming in your stomach and intestines by relaxing the smooth muscle of your gut wall and allowing trapped air to move through more easily. Less gas means less pressure, less abdominal distension, and far fewer of those uncomfortable gurgles that keep you awake. Mechanism 2, eugenol directly targets Helicobacter pylori, the bacteria most strongly linked to stomach ulcers and chronic gastritis. Pylori colonizes your stomach lining and disrupts the protective mucus barrier, allowing stomach acid to damage the tissue underneath. Eugenol disrupts H. pylori's ability to colonize and survive, reducing the bacterial load that causes that burning, nauseating stomach discomfort. Mechanism 3, cloves stimulate the release of your own digestive enzymes and bile production. Bile is the fluid your liver produces to emulsify and break down dietary fat, and when bile flow is stimulated, your body processes dinner significantly faster and more completely. More complete breakdown means less undigested protein and carbohydrates sitting in your gut overnight, less fermentation, fewer uncomfortable mornings. Preliminary research also suggests cloves encourage your stomach to produce more protective mucus, strengthening the barrier between your stomach lining and harsh digestive acids. Some people notice more regular bowel movements after 1 week of nightly clove water, though individual results will vary. Pathway 3. Your kidneys, and this is where the science gets genuinely interesting. Your kidneys filter waste every minute of every day, but nighttime is when the balance between filtration and repair matters most. As you sleep, your blood pressure naturally dips slightly and your kidneys shift into a lower gear. That slower nighttime pace is actually a window for kidney tissue recovery as long as oxidative stress does not overwhelm the nephrons. Nephrons are the tiny filtering units inside each kidney. You have approximately 1 million of them in each kidney, and once damaged, they do not regenerate. This is where eugenol's antioxidant properties become critically important. Animal studies have shown that eugenol and clove extracts protect kidney tissue against oxidative injury by targeting specific reactive oxygen species pathways that normally accelerate nephron cell death. One study using a clove water extract showed measurable protection against acute kidney injury, pointing to a real biological mechanism that warrants human clinical trials. By reducing the oxidative fire in your kidneys overnight, eugenol creates a quieter environment where your nephrons can filter more efficiently and repair more completely. For anyone over 50 or anyone who has been told their kidney function is borderline, this nighttime antioxidant support is worth considering. And clove water delivers this support at a culinary dose, not as a concentrated extract or capsule, but as a simple whole food preparation that healers in Asia and the Middle East have used for centuries. Pathway for your cells and your antioxidant defense system. Eugenol is one of the most potent natural antioxidants found in any common kitchen spice, and cloves rank among the highest antioxidant foods on the ORAC scale. The ORAC scale measures how effectively a food neutralizes free radicals, and even 1 clove in water delivers a measurable antioxidant load compared to most other spices. Free radicals are unstable molecules that bounce through your cells, causing oxidative stress, the same chemical imbalance that accelerates aging, joint stiffness, and chronic inflammation. Eugenol hunts these free radicals down, neutralizing them before they can damage your cell membranes, your DNA, and the mitochondria that power every function in your body. Lab studies also show that eugenol disrupts the chemical signaling cascade that keeps inflammation running in overdrive, specifically by inhibiting NF-κB, the master inflammatory transcription factor. NF-κB controls the genes that produce inflammatory cytokines. When NF-κB is inhibited, your body produces fewer inflammatory signals throughout the night. This matters for anyone who wakes up with puffy joints, sore muscles, or that generalized stiffness that seems to come from nowhere, because chronic low-grade inflammation is almost always the hidden culprit. Cloves also contain gallic acid, kaempferol, and other polyphenols that add additional layers of antioxidant protection, creating a synergistic effect that isolated supplements rarely match. Researchers call this synergy, and it is one fundamental reason whole food remedies consistently outperforms single-ingredient supplement pills in long-term studies. B6-2. When you drink clove water before bed, you give your cells this antioxidant protection precisely when they need it most, during their peak overnight repair window. Pathway 5. Your blood sugar, and this is where the published human data gets really impressive. Most people assume blood sugar only spikes right after eating, but blood sugar can also rise while you sleep, especially after a heavy carbohydrate or sugar meal. Those overnight surges silently damage blood vessels, nerves, and kidney tissue without any warning signs, making them particularly dangerous. For older adults, the risk is amplified because insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age, making overnight blood sugar management increasingly difficult. This is where cloves showed genuinely remarkable results in published human research. A 2019 pilot study published in BMC Complementary and Alternative Medicine tested a polyphenol-rich clove extract on both healthy volunteers and prediabetic volunteers for 30 days. Each participant took 250 milligrams of the extract daily after lunch, a modest amount equivalent to the eugenol in a small culinary dose of cloves. The results were striking. After meal blood sugar dropped by an average of 21.5% in the healthy group and 27.2% in the prediabetic group. And in the prediabetic group, fasting glucose also decreased significantly on days 24 and 30, meaning the blood sugar lowering effect deepened and compounded over time. The clove extract worked through 3 simultaneous mechanisms, which is why the results were so strong. Mechanism 1, it helped muscle cells absorb more glucose from the bloodstream, improving insulin sensitivity directly. Mechanism 2, it blocked the liver from releasing stored glucose into the blood overnight, one of the primary drivers of high fasting blood sugar. Mechanism 3, it inhibited to starch digesting enzymes called alpha amylase and alpha glucosidase, slowing carbohydrate breakdown and reducing the glucose entering your blood from your last meal. That triple action on blood sugar is why the results were so significant. No single diabetes medication currently targets all 3 of these mechanisms simultaneously. Consider this context: approximately half of adults over 50 have prediabetes, and up to 30% will develop type 2 diabetes within 5 years without dietary changes. A nightly cup of clove water is not a cure, but it is one of the easiest evidence-based food habits you can add to your evening routine. It costs almost nothing, takes 30 seconds to prepare, and works through 5 biological pathways while you are already asleep. Now, 1 clove works powerfully on its own, but 3 simple combinations can stack the benefits even higher. Combination 1: clove and Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon contains polyphenols that independently support blood sugar regulation. Combined with clove, they create a synergistic dual approach to overnight glucose management. Use 1 whole clove and a 1/4 stick of Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia cinnamon, which contains coumarin that can stress your liver with regular use. Steep both in warm water for 10 minutes or overnight. The flavor is warm and naturally sweet, ideal before bed. Combination to clove and fresh lemon. Lemon adds vitamin C, which supports immune function, helps your liver process the overnight detox load, and enhances the absorption of clove's polyphenols through its citric acid content. The citric acid also brightens the flavor significantly, making clove water more palatable for people who find the plain version too intense. Combination 3: clove and fresh ginger. Ginger's shawgals compound the anti-inflammatory and gastric motility effects of eugenol. Together, they create one of the most complete natural evening digestive tonics available. This combination is particularly powerful for anyone who regularly experiences bloating, nausea, or heaviness after dinner. Important safety note for all 3 combinations: cinnamon, lemon, and ginger all have mild blood thinning and blood sugar lowering properties of their own. If you are on warfarin, aspirin, metformin, or insulin, start with plain clove water only. Get your doctor's approval and only then experiment with adding combination partners. Now, the exact preparation method for maximum safety and effectiveness. Always use 1 whole clove, not ground clove powder, and never clove essential oil. Ground powder releases eugenol too rapidly, making the drink unexpectedly strong and potentially irritating to a sensitive stomach. Clove essential oil is extremely concentrated. As little as 10 milliliters can cause liver damage, seizures, and loss of consciousness. Never add essential oil to any drink. Place 1 whole clove in 1 cup of warm water, not boiling, and steep for 8 to 12 hours overnight or a minimum of 10 minutes before drinking. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes after dinner. This gap lets the eugenol work alongside your natural digestive flow while your stomach is still active. Start with 2 to 3 cups per week. Monitor how your stomach responds and only move to nightly use once you are confident your body tolerates it well. Critical safety information: please do not skip this section. Skip clove water entirely or consult your doctor first if you are pregnant, taking blood thinners, using insulin or metformin, have a bleeding disorder, or have surgery scheduled within 2 weeks. Clove compounds slow blood clotting and lower blood sugar, helpful in food amounts but potentially dangerous when combined with prescription medications that do the same thing. People with acid reflux or GERD should start with a weaker infusion, half a clove in a larger amount of water, and discontinue if it triggers heartburn or esophageal discomfort. Stop immediately if you notice mouth irritation, nausea, heartburn, itching, or any signs of allergic reaction before symptoms worsen. Here is my challenge to you. Try 1 whole clove in warm water after dinner for 7 consecutive nights and track 3 specific things every morning. First, your morning breath. Second, your bloating and digestive comfort. Third, your energy levels when you first wake up. These 3 markers will tell you within 1 week whether clove water is working for your specific body. Here is what 1 clove in warm water actually does in plain language. In your mouth, it kills the bacteria responsible for morning breath, gum disease, and plaque while you sleep. In your gut, it prevents gas formation, targets H. pylori, stimulates bile flow, and strengthens your stomach's protective mucus layer. In your kidneys, it reduces oxidative stress on your nephrons during their peak nighttime repair window. In your cells, it neutralizes free radicals and suppresses NF-κB, reducing the chronic low-grade inflammation that causes morning stiffness and accelerates aging. And in your blood sugar, it improves insulin sensitivity, blocks overnight liver glucose release, and inhibits starch-digesting enzymes through 3 mechanisms no single medication currently matches. 1 whole clove, 1 cup of warm water. 10 minutes. Every night before bed. Try it for 7 nights and tell me in the comments what you noticed first. Now, if clove water before bed does all of this for your body overnight, imagine what happens when you eat cloves correctly every single day. Because the same eugenol compound that works in your water at night does something completely different and equally powerful when consumed with food during the day. I covered exactly what cloves do to your body when you eat them every single day, including the safe maximum dose in this video right here. Tap on it next. Your body will thank you for watching both.